All right, fellas. God damn it. Let's get started. I love this shit. Hey, it's something about doing what the fuck you like. I happen to love this shit, so I'm one of the really fortunate motherfuckers. I'm doing what I love doing. But the real thing is I'm at the point because I already know and I tell you, when you speak, you expose yourself, especially to a motherfucker that know how to, you know, take in conversation. But I'm gonna just say this: I'm at the point. If I hurt your feelings, so fucking what? To me, I'm glad I hurt him. I'm glad I hurt him because you don't have no business fucking around with this type of shit or this lifestyle, this game, this abba dabba. If you can't control your feelings and what you let next to them, if you can't, not if, I'm telling you, you can't be the dude who wears your feelings on the tip of your shoes or toes, whatever that is, because we're in a very crowded world. And when someone steps on your toe accidentally, if your feelings are there, you're going to get your feelings hurt. I mean, this is just common sense. Every time somebody steps on your toes, your feelings going to get hurt. It could be intentional or it could be an accident. Which would you rather you allow to hurt your feelings? Once you allow your feelings to get involved, once you allow your feelings to get involved, your emotions enter the picture. And all the things that you be talking shit about, you know, uh, the shit that's you a man, blah, blah, blah. That shit becomes irrelevant because your emotions are taking over. You're not going to do what you should do that you know you should do in this particular instance because you're emotional. You're going to do what your emotions dictate. And we got to get away from that because that's when your integrity comes into play. And excuse me, you got to be careful because this is also where you begin to lose whatever integrity you have if you're not sharp. But if you're sharp and you know what integrity means, you'll know you are in possession of qualities, but you're in possession of a certain quality, and you firmly adhere to the fact that each one teach one. Now, my fucking point to you is integrity as an alpha man is so fucking essential. It's like water you drink to stay alive. Without water, you're not gonna last in this world. And it's the same with integrity. If you do not possess the quality of integrity, because it's a quality, it's not something that everyone has. Not every woman, not every man. Only a few of each have integrity. But I'm saying if you have If you don't have it, I'm saying shit, you'll never be qualified to be a quality man. I, got to the point in fucking, trying to relay information about how we understand things at this level. I'm at the goddamn point that shit, I really am not going to try to convince you to, deal with integrity or develop some integrity. What I'm going to do is try to hurry up and to give you whatever answer you're looking for, because that's all going to shut you up and get you off the phone. Speaking of phone, call in. I want to talk to you, goddammit. Oh, fuck. You know what, goddammit, I did not pay attention to my banners. And I don't have my banner up. So I got it up now. Call in. The number is 702-265-5724. Call into the, and let's kick it about what you think. 702-265-5724. Now, my point is I didn't got to the point to, as far as being an alpha man, we need to fully understand the words used to describe shit. For instance, the word integrity, the way they describe it. The first two words alone make a statement. And if you ain't really ready to dissect what's being said as you read it, then you don't really give a fuck about the impact it have on you. Because what I'm saying is, my point is the first two words of it is the quality. Now, we all know quality means at the top of the heap, or not at the top, but among the top of the heap. This is a quality car. There's not just one, there's several. So they're, at the top of the heap. But I'm saying as far as the word definition, it starts off with the quality. So if you really being honest, which is the only way you're going to understand what the fuck I'm talking about, you got to be honest with yourself. There are not very many of you motherfuckers out there who would describe yourself as having qualities, plural. So what I'm saying is, as far as the definition to go, what they're talking about is this is part of the quality. Because if you have this quality, you're going to steadfastly adhere to high moral principles and standards. But most of you don't have this quality. So this shit is not going to mean shit to you. Unless you're seeking to learn what it means. Because what it means is, any one of you motherfuckers out there will bend the rule or change up what you're supposed to do in a heartbeat. Because you don't really care about what you're supposed to do. You just care about knowing that you're supposed to do something. So when that particular subject comes up, you're going to have a point of view, but it's going to be simply surface because you haven't went deep. You got to go deep. You got to have steadfast principles because you are aware of who the fuck you are. And you have the confidence to show that you fucking know yourself. I mean, I, I would think after all these years of me saying this, I say it 100, you got to have the confidence to know yourself and be willing to show that you know yourself. Now, I say that in those words, and I say it in so many other words. You can't be playing about representing who you are. You know, I'm just saying I say it in so many different ways depending on the situation I'm talking about. That you ought to know it's a very essential part of becoming who. Excuse me. It's a very essential part of you becoming who the fuck you talking about becoming. So, if you know that you have been the rules, don't you think you accept that there are no rules? This is where you start making your mistakes. Because there are rules. I'm not going to list the rules. I have already in so many different videos. But what I'm saying is there are rules to the game. And if you want to be perceived as having game, you got to play by the rules. Because the motherfuckers that's looking at you, they're not perfectionists, but they do want you to represent what they think the rules mean. And come on, do you motherfuckers be representing that shit? Not in all cases. Because you know you've been the rule. My point. Women can feel, or they can really easily detect that your motherfucking ass don't have no backbone. They can do this when they first speak to you because it's in your voice. And it gives away where you stand in the moral arena or the principle arena or the boundary arena. It shows that you don't have any of those. And they're not like saying that showed them that they can tell you some bullshit and get your money and play you like a sucker. They're not saying that. But that's exactly what your motherfucking ass better be thinking. Because integrity in making moves goes hand in hand. So if you're talking about making a move and the bitch can see you don't have no integrity, she don't fucking believe you. She might believe that move you talking about is possible and is a good move, but she certainly don't believe your motherfucking ass is gonna do it because she don't see that you have integrity. Now, did you wake up this morning and claim the day? I'm talking about, did you say to yourself something like, today is my day? What I'm saying is, being an alpha man or trying to be one can be defeating if you allow it to defeat you. Because I'm thinking like this. If you had an opportunity to win $100, but you only won $1, wouldn't you feel as if you lost? Tell the truth. See, alpha men are supposed to think in such a way. Any situation they're involved in, however it ends up, they won. And if you cannot see this in things that happen in life, you're going to think you're just bullshitting yourself. But that real alpha motherfuckers can see how they won. Because what I'm saying is 2 and 2 is 4. If you had $11 and you got a chance to have $111, but you only got $12 because of whatever you only won $1, you still have more than you had when you had $11. So why dwell on the $99 that you didn't get? Because that's what you're doing when you feel like you lost. Because you have more than you started with. You know, when I was in the streets and I was after women, I told you that I spoke to at least 100 women every fucking week. Most of them, you know, I didn't follow up with a couple of sentences. You know, like I always did when I thought I should talk to somebody. Because I know not to waste my time with a woman unless this motherfucker is giving me action and I'm after her. See, if she giving me action I can see, I'm a fuck with her. Now let me tell you something. You don't know how good I felt at the end of each week when I realized I did fuck with 100 bitches and I did not catch man one of them. I felt like I had hit a grand slam if that's the case. Why? Because I stood strong on my fucking commitment to speak to 100 women. It was fly to me because no matter, you know, how hard the fuck it was, my integrity wasn't going to accept shit because I said out of my mouth, I'm going to fuck with 100 bitches a goddamn week. I didn't say 100 bitches got to give me action because they was certainly not giving me no fucking action. But what I'm saying is, I think like this partly because of, you know, my integrity I have, and partly because over the years I've developed, you know, a guard that protects me from slipping when it comes to my integrity. Because if I say it out of my mouth and you say something that don't want me to do it or accomplish it, then you're negative to me. That's just all the way it goes with me. You're negative. So I'm not going to waste my time. Let me ask this. All you motherfuckers in this chat column and all you motherfuckers that's listening to me that's so up on what the fuck I'm saying, you don't have nothing to ask. You have no questions. Man, I'm saying, see, that's what's going to run a nigga off this shit because at one point, I'm going to see I'm not being supported. And especially now with Trump doing what the fuck he doing, he got motherfuckers that need to work and get paid, got them working and they ain't getting paid. So shit, they can't call me and say they ain't got it and still get what I got. So I'm saying I'm being affected. And if you want to help, you should call in and ask whatever fucking question is on your mind so it can appear as if you support me. Because the way it looks is that none of you motherfuckers support me. Because you don't call in and you ain't trying to put yourself on Front Street. You don't know or you don't realize how much baggage the average woman of today has. Some of her baggage is legitimate because it comes from, you know, how little integrity she sees in the motherfucking men she been meeting in the past. And here you come trying to say you got some fucking integrity. She ain't gonna just go for that shit. How many of you motherfuckers have said to a woman, I ain't got no time to play games. And then after you said that shit, what made you say it is you see she's playing games. And so you letting her know you ain't got time to be playing no fucking games. But you still sat there waiting for her to respond. Now, right there, you didn't put your goddamn integrity on Front Street. And if you don't get up and leave, she gonna know you have very little integrity. Unless you get that bitch to talk you into staying. If she don't talk you into staying, you're supposed to leave. Integrity comes into play anytime you make a committed statement. Anytime you say what you do or what you ain't gonna do, you didn't commit it yourself to be that way, or your integrity ain't shit. When you say, you talking to a bitch and you at a strip club, and this bitch, she ain't stripping, but she's enjoying what's going on. You talking to that bitch, and and you say you don't deal with out of pocket women, but when this bitch wasn't talking to you, you was throwing money all up here at this bitch. You was doing what every fucking sucker in there is doing. But this bitch is supposed to see or believe you so much that she don't believe you the sucker that you representing throwing your money away like that. What I'm saying is most of you motherfuckers are just glorified tricks and you don't want to believe it. And that's where most of your problems come from. Because you come at a bitch like a big old trick. You think of a bitch like a big old trick. But when she starts seeing you as a big old trick, you get mad and all that kind of goddamn shit. Most of your fucking problems comes, especially with women, comes from the shit you created for your goddamn self. Those of you who believe it ain't tricking if you got it. Those of you that believe some shit like that are fucking stupid. What I'm saying is this. Some of you motherfuckers say that shit and you spend money that you really don't have on these strippers and you still claim you not no goddamn trick. By the way, fellas, there is no such thing as a trick who doesn't have it. You can't be a trick unless you have it. Now, I'm just saying, come on. Don't get to saying some shit that's just going to work because of what you saying right now. It is tricking if you got it. Now, if you ain't got it and you tricking, you a damn fool. But what I'm saying, you ain't going to do no tricking if you ain't got it. How many of you motherfuckers agree with that? Can any one of you motherfuckers call in and give me your experience with some of this goddamn shit I'm talking? I just would really be impressed if some of you, one of you motherfuckers did. Don't just call in and talk about support me. Call in with some shit that we can kick. What I'm saying is, none of you motherfuckers that talk that shit about it ain't tricking if you got it. Now one of you motherfuckers can get that stripper to see past the motherfucking green that you have to spend. They see you as hip squares with a motherfucking little money to fuck off. Now, what I'm saying is, if you had some integrity, it would keep you from ever wanting to be seen in that light. I know. You motherfuckers have checked them bitches' credentials, and you know they ain't like that. And they don't have no nigga at home checking that dough you paid her to dance. Most of you are nothing but glorified squares that don't know them bitches see you as tricks. I know. I know this shit because even if you accepted what I said as truth, you're not gonna do nothing about it. All of you motherfuckers are guilty of making claims you have no intentions on keeping, and you think nothing of it. What the ladies see are soft, sucker ass dudes with no spine. Now you can go on and make yourself believe they see what you think you showing, or you can believe the truth, because that's the truth. That's the see you as motherfuckers with no spine, no backbone. You ain't gonna stand on shit. Why? Because that bitch know, just like all she gotta do is offer you some pussy or keep dangling that pussy in front of you. That's all any bitch got to do. And since this bitch know that every bitch in the world got a motherfucking pussy, that means you ain't standing for shit. I refuse to allow any woman or not purpose, or person insult my integrity. Each of you out there should adopt this or a similar philosophy. Because the more you check women and keep yourself in check, you're going to be noticed. And things will begin to change. It all begins and ends with you and how much the fuck you believe in what you're talking about, represented by your principles as far as what you'll stand for. I ain't standing for shit from a bitch or a dude unless it's something I agree. I gotta agree with it, or I gotta see it as far as I might do it too. Or I ain't agreeing. Fuck you. I'll charge it to my fucking integrity. It begins and ends with where you stand as a man. Even when I don't get what I want, I'm happy I served up some proper alpha dog fucking convo. More than anything, most of the women I meet show me respect out of awe and admiration, as it should be. It's hard to admit certain things, about yourself. What do you do about it? You just hide whatever it is that you're ashamed of. Or at least you keep it out of as many people as you can see. You keep it out of their, as you can, you keep it out of their view. Exposure is a motherfucker. Do any of you want it? Because as you see, I definitely want it. I'm exposing every motherfucking thing about me. And whoever knows me to be lying, just call in and talk whatever shit about the lie I'm telling you. Now, when I do something, I do it well. When I start something, I finish it the way it should be finished. I learned that shit from my childhood boxing coach, Archie Moore. But I also learned from him that I didn't want to be no motherfucking boxer. Shit. To willingly get hit that fucking hard over and over, get cut up and all that, man, fuck that. I could think of something else to make me feel, like a motherfucker. Because I can't take that shit. Yeah. Archie Moe was the light heavyweight champion of the world. And they called him the Mongoose because Floyd Patterson was called the Snake. And he was the only motherfucker that handled Floyd. And you know, Mongoose is the only motherfucker that can handle a snake. So what I'm saying, yeah, that's where his name came from. But I believe a lot of the things that were drilled in my head, you know, sometimes pounded in my head, was rooted, you know, in the need for a firm backbone. And I learned a lot of shit from Archie Moore. Actually, that's where I started playing pool at, fucking with Archie Moore. There is Carla, what's up?
Hello, my name is E. Just call me E.
Hey, caller, stop. Can you speak up?
Yes, just call me E. I listen to you quite often because when I listen to you, it's kind of painful for myself because I am like the opposite of you. Like the way I was raised was to stay out of trouble.
Hey, wait, stop. Are you saying I was not raised like that? I was raised in a 100% Christian family. If I planned for, if my mother overheard me planning what I'm going to wear to school tomorrow, she would give me a whooping telling me that, goddamn, she wouldn't say goddamn, but she would be telling me that tomorrow ain't planned for you. I didn't hear you say, if the Lord bless, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You had to say all that shit. So do you think I was raised to be the kind of nigga I am?
No. What I should have said, I didn't say it right. What I should have said was, I didn't get the street knowledge that you got, and as a result, I had to learn things late in life because I was knocking my head around for
Hey,
years
brother,
trying
can
to
you get
figure
to the
things.
point? Because, you know, everybody had went through whatever the fuck you talking about. Get to your point. What
Oh,
question do you have?
my point is confidence, man. That has been a very, very difficult thing for me, and I just I listen to you and I hear you saying
Let me
how
ask you something,
confidence is so
bro. Let
important.
me ask you something.
Yes,
If you
yes,
wanted to be a doctor and you was watching this program and you saw a doctor do a surgery on a heart and you had a question that was answered watching this fucking program, watching this doctor do this. So now you got the answer to your question. Do you think that would qualify you as a doctor?
no,
Why not?
because I don't have the experience as a doctor.
You don't have the knowledge of the doctor. You don't know what the fuck
Exactly.
you're doing. There's too many things that a doctor would have to do that just like you handle whatever you handle, he would handle all those things. And unless you could
Yes.
say you could do that, which you was honest and said you couldn't, you can't be asking one question thinking that it's going to help you. So what am I talking about right now?
You're talking about how, well, what I think you're talking about is how it's going to take time. You can't learn everything at once. Is that, am I wrong here? When I'm,
No, you're not wrong. That's what I'm saying. How are you going
yeah,
to ask a question and think it's going to help you in that as far as getting confidence? It's too many variables. And your question is
yeah,
only approaching one or two variables.
yeah.
What you need to do, bro, is sign up for Sidewalk University at whatever level,
I had,
$50 a month, $100 a month. You had what?
I had, I had tried. I had signed up once, and that was for the $50 one. And something happened. I called you in the past and talked to you about it. And you said it was some kind of technical issue. And then in the second time, I tried to take the confidence course, but I think it was some kind of time arrangement issue because I
Brother,
had
listen
signed
to
up for the
me.
course.
Listen to me, man.
I,
Listen to
yes,
me. If you want to drown in that bullshit you talking about, fine. I don't. What I'm saying is, whatever happened when you tried, if you still want to fuck with me, try it again. So your ass
Yes,
can
yes,
get this shit. Because what I'm
yeah, yes,
saying
yes.
is, you ain't gonna get no confidence being afraid to talk like you are, being afraid to stand up for what you believe. You ain't gonna get no confidence knowing good and well the way you sound. Let me know you don't believe nothing you saying. So all I gotta do is challenge you, and you gonna fade away. Did you know I got all that from talking to you?
Yes,
You did know it.
yes.
How did you
Well,
know it?
you, well, you've been around. You've seen a lot.
No,
You
what
had
I'm
a lot of
saying
experience
is, did you know I got all of what I said from listening to you talk?
because of the way I sound.
No, not because of the way you sound, because of what the fuck you saying.
Oh,
And
okay.
how you don't have no conviction in what you saying. How you just saying
Oh,
whatever the fuck you saying. Because you know how to talk. You're not explaining anything about where you coming from. You just talking about whatever yes or no to be agreeable. Who gives a fuck about that? I can hear
okay,
that shit
okay.
in your answers, your voice, the way you talking. Now, listen to me to answer this question. Did I
Yes.
describe you right in the shit I was just saying?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Did I describe you right in the shit I was just saying, as far as you ain't serious about shit, you ain't committed to nothing? All you are doing is just talking because you know English. You're not saying anything. You're not bringing any value to the conversation as far as making points you're talking about stand out. I'm saying, do you agree with that?
Yes,
Why did you say
yes.
yes
I need.
weak? Listen to me, man. Answer this question. Why did you say yes weak like you did? Yes.
Well,
Hey, listen.
well.
Don't
Mm,
start explaining something else. Explain the answer to the question I asked you. Why did you sound so weak when you said yes?
because I I need a lot of help in terms of confidence.
Listen to me, man. The reason I'm saying and talking to you like I am, because this is what I'm trying to show you. You ain't shit. You don't believe nothing about yourself. You are very insecure. And if I could tell that in less than 5 minutes talking with you, what do you think you can learn fucking with me for a month or two, 3 months?
Yes.
Yes, what, man?
Yes, you're right. I need to work. I need to work on this, and I plan on buying your course. I just have to get some of my debt down first. But I am
Whatever you
planning
got
on
to do,
buying it.
man, whatever you got to do to make yourself comfortable, do it. But my point is, you cannot ask one question and think the answer is going to help you in whatever the fuck you're asking about, as far in this case, confidence. Otherwise, the answer to your question wouldn't have helped you. But all this shit we talked about, as far as confidence, may have helped you.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what I'm saying is, get with the program, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Sidewalku dot thinkific.com. Thinkific is the word think. Ific, IFIC. That's ific.com. Sidewalku.thinkific.com. Get with me, bro.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Now,
All
all
right.
you guys really need to understand is that you may see me reading this stuff, but I'm not reading it because I didn't write it or I don't know it. I'm reading it because I want to stay on track. But if you notice, I don't give a fuck who call in, what they ask. I'm gonna not have to read shit. That shit coming straight from me. And I'm gonna be able to stand up no matter what, you fucking ass. Because I'm gonna say the same shit I'm reading, but I ain't gonna say it in the order that I'm reading it. Because I have this shit in a certain order, and reading that shit is beneficial to me if that's the case. But it ain't like my shit ain't fresh. Or I don't know, because you hear me coming straight off the top of my head. Hey, there's no way any person who fucks with me can tell you any different than I'm a stand-up man. If I expect it of you, I already am doing it. You know, that's why my circle of men friends is a small circle. And I intend to keep it that motherfucking way. Why? Because there's not a lot of motherfuckers that can fuck with me. How many champions can it be? Whatever number you come up with, there's probably 100,000 times more. There's more people who study boxing, sports, and other fields of endeavor, and they never make it. Champions only deal with other champions because of the mindset a champion has. Why would a champion be dealing with a motherfucker that then lost 12 fights? And he didn't have 30 fights, but he lost 12 of them. He ain't gonna be no champion. He might. Shit could happen. You know, life changes. But my point is they fuck with champions because only champions, you know, understand that there's never a day off. There's no such thing as doing it later. To another motherfucking champion, the only speed you go is all out. And you gotta remember, any one of you motherfuckers who decide to fuck with me personally, it ain't no goddamn slipping. I'm like a champion. It ain't no half stepping with me. I don't hang with mama's boys. You know, I don't deal with a motherfucker, you know, fucking with a bitch and can't depend on this motherfucking bitch. I surely don't hang with motherfucking dudes who are procrastinators. I don't care for motherfuckers who expect you to ride in their goddamn car and the motherfucker shaking and shit. The air conditioner don't work worth a fuck. Fellas, if you keep your car on empty or close to empty, don't expect me to get in that motherfucker with you. The things I just mentioned are some of the things real motherfuckers don't do. And this is what we do to go deep. You know, we do this in my male confidence group. The recipe for pound cake was passed down from generation to generation in my family. Same for sweet potato pie and many other dishes. Now, over the years, the times and tastes have changed. But when times or occasions come around that calls for those favorites that you like that salad, where do you want to spend that day or that holiday? I know I always want to go to the one who makes the recipes as close to the ones mom's made as possible. That's Mary Lorraine. Now, why is that? I wonder. It's because cakes are cakes. But if you want a pound cake or a sweet potato pie, you know, like many other things or dishes, in today's world, old school kills it every time, hands down, no matter what it is. You know, have you tasted dry ass sweet potato pies and pound cakes they serve around here? You probably wouldn't know any better because you probably never really tasted a real pound cake or had a slice of real sweet potato pie. I'm so damn happy I was born when I was. Motherfuckers today don't even know what's fucking going on. They don't even know what fruit is supposed to taste like. these fucking dry ass hard peaches, nectarines, plums, watermelons up to date don't taste like how the fuck I know the shit used to taste. Believe it or not, I can fucking bake with the best of the women today. Well, no, I can't bake with the best, but I can bake. I can cook any goddamn meal that I want to eat, you know, and I can bake any dessert that I desire. So, you know, when we was in our early teens, my mother made all of my brothers, you know, learn how to cook, bake, and clean. I didn't understand it then, but she was making us be independent and not need any goddamn woman to be happy or clean or have a house that looks like, you know what you're doing as far as keeping it presentable. So you give a motherfucker opportunity to make some fucking money. You don't do it because you're a nice guy. You do it because this motherfucker didn't say a few things that you like about what you doing and what he can do. So you hook up with him and things get rolling. They look good. So you fucking sit back and decide to roll with dude. But as time goes by, things keep happening that this motherfucker's supposed to be handling. Excuses are coming left and right. And slowly but surely you realize this motherfucker don't know shit. Motherfuckers just like all the dudes today. The internet got a motherfucker so fucked up, they think they can do the shit IT motherfuckers can do. I trusted this fool because, you know, he found some shit in my computer and I thought it was pretty dope. But he just had half-assed, half-baked fucking knowledge. I had to spend money to undo the goddamn shit he did. And of course, when I wanted to call and complain, I couldn't contact the nigga. He wasn't returning my calls, so I guess he thought I was going to wait until he returned from Jupiter or wherever the fuck he was. Moral of the story, most motherfuckers who say they know shit today have only looked on the internet and read some shit. They don't know shit about shit and will swear at something you're doing when it comes to what happened. That's where I win at SWU. You learn shit there. I don't blow smoke up your goddamn ass and call it a day. I take you through the rigors of learning how to think on your feet. By the way, what are you waiting on? In a week, I'm in the I actually did that this week, the last month of the semester. The last day of the semester. And I'm telling you, you can get with the new semester. And if you get with it now, you're actually getting with it at the right time because I'm just beginning. You're not really going to be far behind. A lot of guys wait till maybe a month from now and they call in and, to join, they can join. But hell, they missed a lot. So you're going to have to stay in it at a little longer. So when I started over and go to the beginning, you can get that beginning shit you lost. The thing is, I don't want to lose. So I saw shit coming many months ago, but I really didn't see this Trump shit, hitting me like it did. Trump shit has hit me, but I'm like everybody else. I'm gonna roll with the shit because I believe in what I'm doing. I used to do shit to bras because it would make them break under the pressure. And if they was going to leave, they would hurry up and leave. I ain't scared about you leaving. I just don't want you to stay and take my time and get up on my motherfucking lifestyle and come back and do harm to me. So you don't fire a bitch, you pimp her away. So needless to say, this new concept I had stood up under the checks and balances and everything was cool. It's now the way I run my school too. A motherfucker gonna do what they say they can do, or they gonna wish they never fucked with me with this internet knowledge. See, I learned what I needed, which helped me, but I ain't carrying a full grown man. You motherfuckers need to grow the fuck up, which means moving out of your mama's house. And if you stay, you can't complain about how she got you living because you ain't got no business living there. I don't know what you guys think. When I was 17, I was gone. And I ain't been back. Well, I have been back. I was fucked up 25, 30 years ago. And I had to go back to my house. But, you know, she made me get the fuck out of there quickly. Not because she said get out, but because of what she expected of me. Nigga had to come home by 12 o'clock. I'm like damn near 30 or I'm 40 or something. She told me, I better be in by midnight. You ain't gonna be coming in here 4 days in the morning. Mom was crazy as fuck, man. But we did what the fuck she said. You motherfuckers take a room in mom's house and stay. Some of you stay till you're over 50 or 60 years old. Then you say you're helping out around the house. If you had some money, I wonder if you would wanted something for your car. Would you go get it? I would think that you would, but I'm noticing so many of you motherfuckers want to be comfortable, you know, talking to a woman. And you can't talk to me without stammering. Then you want to be live like me. Shit. I guess things mean more to you than looking in the mirror, whatever that means to you. Seems like you would understand if you wanted something for you or your car, you would go get it. Now, if you'd stop procrastinating, you would really see some shit. You make the sacrifices that, you know, precious sacrifice of doing what you think when you think it, so it can help you become a powerful person. Carla, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bud?
I'm
Can you
good,
hear me?
man.
All right. A quick question. I'm in a little bit of dilemma. I loaned some broad some cash. She said that she was low. She swore that she was going to pay it back.
Hey, stop.
But the bitch never did.
You gotta understand, when somebody borrows something from you and you say, okay, you have decided to give that away. Or you're going to be doing what you're doing now. Unless you're dealing with a straight up person. A straight up person ain't going to have you going through this shit wondering about the money you loaned them. They would straight call you and give you your money. But the person that'll have you having asked about shit ain't to be fucked with. And that's what my answer to you gonna be, and that's what you should understand. You should not have fucked with that bitch like that, because she was not worth that. Why did you fuck with her like that?
I thought the bitch was like that.
No, you didn't, man. You couldn't have thought that.
I thought that, but I'm not lying to you. I thought that.
No, man, you was sprung on the pussy. All you wanted to do was pave a way for you to keep getting that pussy. Is that right or wrong?
Nah, I thought she was like that. She said that she just got a new job. She was just a little low in funds. When she get going, she was going to hit me back on the back end.
Well, what made you believe she would do that?
I thought the bitch was solid.
What made you think that? I understand you thought that, but what made you think it?
We've been kicking it. Everything was good.
Hey, listen,
But
man. Listen to me,
as soon
bro.
as she got the money, everything, I started to notice little changes.
Yeah, but listen, bro. What I'm saying is, some people are petty, and whatever amount of money that was could have been what she thought she could play for, if that's the case. So once she got it, she's not the same. She ain't available no more. She ain't really kicking it like she was. But you was fucking up from way before that because you weren't checking what the bitch was doing. You was just going for it. You you wasn't checking what she was saying. You wasn't seeing that the shit added up. You know, you could ask her about uh, uh, the speed limit, and she talking about going to the moon. You know, you wasn't following shit to see if this bitch was worth fucking with, which you gotta do that today. You gotta have little things you take them through to show you that they're who you think they are. Or you might get played. If you're not playing, you just waiting to be played. That's why I say follow your AVPs. Always be playing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So just charge it to the game.
That's what you should do, brother, because that's what's gonna happen whether you accept it or not.
Yeah, don't even hound the bitch anymore. Just let it be.
Fuck the bitch. That's where you supposed to be at. And don't let no other bitch, play you like that.
Oh, that's it. That's one and done.
Yeah, but it ain't really the bitch. It's you playing yourself. Because you're not trying to think past whatever the fuck you thinking. Whatever you thinking right now is only good for right now, because if you're not letting what you're thinking right now make you think about whatever the fuck gonna happen 20 minutes from now, see, you ain't really thinking.
I'm thinking, but I ain't gonna. This was a lesson learned. This was a lesson learned. I just got to bite the bullet on it.
That's what you got to do, bro. And I'm glad to hear that's what you gonna do.
Yeah, bite the bullet. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of begging bitches come next month when the food stamps dry up.
Hey man, be cool, bro.
All right, be cool. Later. Thank you.
All right, thank you. See, the thing that I insist on is not to do any procrastinating. Uh, you gotta understand that there is sacrifices to be made, and if you say, "I understand that," and you ain't ready to make no sacrifices, your ass is procrastinating. In theory, talking about something that should be done, and you ain't gonna do it, but you're talking about it as if you are gonna do it. That's some bullshit. You don't need to be that way. And if you are that way, you need to stop. Now, uh, 1.0 of my confidence course is recognizing and building confidence through being confident. Now, what I'm saying is, oh shit, you gotta get 1.0 to find out what the shit do. 2.0 is an entirely different ball game. It's about what to do with that fucking new knowledge. And fuck. You got to get 2.0 to really find out about 2.0. But I got 3.0. Well, you need to enroll in SWU. It's what you need to do. Because I got 1.0 beginning, 2.0 is intermediate, 3.0 is mastering. This is all about getting laced. And you can get laced if you want to. Now, I recently made 72. Well, not recently made. I'm going to be 73 real soon. And I just remember when I was 19 or 20, and I would see those 60-year-old motherfuckers. They looked as if they had one foot in the grave and the other foot on the banana peel. They was bent over and walking slow as fuck, as if they could barely make it. I ain't really slowed down, but my pace is not the same. But I find myself, speeding across the crosswalk. And, I be thanking God that I could do that shit still. Hey, I'm gone. You guys gotta call in. This shit is better when you call in so I can deal with live problems. Be cool.